this is a tweet from another national guy, Zach Lowe, and he tweets out, everything Kenny Atkinson's touches turns to gold right now. Sits the entire core four late in the third quarter. Cleveland blitzed Chicago with a group of Jerome, Merrill, LeVert, Wade, and Yang. Ball is popping. Chemistry is off the charts. Garland, Mitchell sharing the ball with possessions, each happy to let the other cook as matchups dictate. And that's, when you look at it, Sam, and you've seen all this and watched much more in depth, what's the most impressive thing that you've seen from Kenny Atkinson? I know it's only 12 games, but it's like, all right, this isn't working. He pivots quickly and there's always a next idea.
That's it. It's the in-game adjustments to me that have been his strong point, pushing the right buttons, against the Nets. All looked lost the other night. And he said, you know what, let's try Evan Mobley in four guards and see what happens there. Because he said we couldn't keep up with their speed. So we went with one big guy in Mobley and four guards around him, and that really sped up the game even more, got the Cavs back into it. And it ultimately led to them, surprisingly winning a game that they never should have won against the Nets. But it was because of that adjustment there. We saw it against Chicago, right? They're down 9 in the third quarter, late in the third quarter. You go to your bench. It was a total bench. Again, you go small. Dean Wade, your center. You got George Niang in there, Karis LeVert in there, Sam Merrill, and Ty Jerome. And this is the lineup that brings you back into the game and gives you a chance to win. And then you get, guys like Darius Garland and Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell finishing the job late. But just the fact that Kenny Atkinson's willing to, look, nothing's working. Let's throw this out there and see if it works. And I think the fact that he has that trust and the belief in his reserves really helps them and makes them feel more comfortable and confident, because the reserves, so far, the bench has been playing, another level. We talk about Evan Mobley, especially Darius Garland's been fantastic. And I think that Kenny Atkinson deserves a lot of credit for that too. But really, the reserves have just been on the road. Normally, your bench plays terrible. The Cavs bench has been very good on the road so far. And I think that's a big credit to the coaching staff.
Before I let you go, the other thing is the plays that are drawn up out of bounds and when he calls a timeout, they're an unbelievable amount of success with those.
Yeah, you go back years and years. Lenny Wilkins was basically known for that during his tenure of the Cavs in the '90s, early '90s. That he got high praises for after an out of bounds play, or call timeout. You have the ball out of bounds and you come up with something that leads to at least a good look. Kenny Atkinson has been the same way in that area, and that's huge because that's the whole reason you call timeout. You need to get a basket, So he's been the Cavs have been fantastic in that department when it comes to not just after timeouts, but during the course of the game, they're able to get good looks at the basket all game. This is a team that is very reminiscent of that 2015-16 Warriors team in style and the way that they play and the confidence with which they play, which is high shooting percentages, good ball movement, guys getting the ball in their shooting pockets, which makes, shooting that much easier. And frankly, this Cavs team's probably not as good offensively as that Warriors team was, but they're a lot better defensively. So there's a little bit of magic here at work, I think, when it comes to all these things coming together. And yeah, you hate to say this after 12 games, but it looks like they could be on their way to a special season overall. And it's all of these reasons we just listed and more, everything having come together and, good health and all that stuff. So, fingers crossed for Cavs and their fans, because this is extremely promising, the most promising season in the NBA so far.